What if I told you that there are things that you might be doing every single day that are quietly canceling out your Parkinson's medication? Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because nobody ever told you. Now, I've done some of these myself, and once you see this, you can't unsee it. So today, I'm walking you through 5 common mistakes that could be interfering with your meds without you even realizing it. And stick with me, because one of these, I would almost guarantee that you've either done it or you thought about doing it.
Welcome to Living with Parkinson's. The good, the bad, and the reality. Real talk, real life, real community with Bryce Perry. Let's begin.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Around here we talk about the real life with Parkinson's, not the polished version, the real version, the stuff you figure out at home and not in a 10-minute appointment. And today, this one matters because sometimes it's not the disease getting worse. It's something small that's probably completely fixable. So managing Parkinson's medication is a full-time job. You're tracking doses, you're watching the clock, you're adjusting for food. You're already doing so much, and then something still feels off. And that's the hardest part, when you're doing everything right and your body just isn't cooperating. Now, these 5 mistakes are why that happened. And most people, including a lot of doctors, they never connect the dots. All right, here's mistake number 1. Iron supplements. Now, let me give you a real life scenario. You wake up, you take your Parkinson's meds, and then you take an iron supplement because you've been feeling tired, right? That sounds responsible, right? Like you're taking care of yourself. But here's what's actually happening. Iron and levodopa compete with each other in your body for absorption. So instead of your medication doing its job, it's stuck in traffic. This is like trying to launch a rocket, but somebody's holding on to the bottom of it. Everything's ready to go. Everything should work, but it's not going anywhere. And you're sitting there thinking, why do I feel off today? And you have no idea why. Well, now you do. All right. How about number 2? Vitamin B6 that come in multivitamins. Now, this one surprised me because you think multivitamin, healthy, good for me. But here's where it gets tricky. Vitamin B6 in higher doses can actually interfere with how your levodopa works. Now, here's the part that most people don't know. Most regular multivitamins might have around 2 milligrams of B6, but some, especially the high potency ones, they can actually have between 25, 50, or even more. And at those higher levels, it can affect how much your medication actually makes it into your brain. So you're doing something good for your body, right? But it might be quietly working against your meds. And that doesn't mean don't take vitamins. It means check the label. And if that B6 number is higher than you expected, it's worth a quick conversation with your neurologist or your pharmacist. Because with Parkinson's, it's not what you take, it's how everything works together. All right, that's mistake number 2. And if you haven't heard that one before, give me a like in the comments. If or a like in the, just give me a like. How about that? Okay, mistake number 3. Benadryl for sleep. Okay, this one. Now I know people are doing, right? You can't sleep. So you grab something over the counter like Benadryl. Seems harmless. But medications like that can actually worsen Parkinson's symptoms. More stiffness, more confusion, more grogginess the next day. So now you wake up thinking, my Parkinson's feels worse today. But it's not the Parkinson's. It's what you took the night before. And if you're hearing even one of these things and you're thinking, wait, I might be doing that. That's exactly why I'm making this episode. So if this kind of real life, practical stuff helps you, hit the subscribe button because this is the stuff that nobody tells you, but it actually matters. Okay, moving along. Let's go to mistake number 4. And I've talked about this before, and I talk about it again, but doubling up on missed doses. Okay, let's be honest for a second. You miss a dose. It happens. Life gets busy. Timing gets off. And your first instinct is, I'll take 2 next time. And I'll be honest, this is the one I said earlier that I've done before in the beginning. Because when you're managing Parkinson's and everything else going in your life and you miss one, your brain goes, okay, well, hold on, just double up, fix it. Seems logical, catch it up. But that's not how it works. When you double up, you're actually flooding your system, which can lead to dyskinesia, more side effects, unpredictable responses. It's not a catch up, it's a roller coaster. And Parkinson's already gives you enough of those. So you don't double up. If you miss your dose, and if you are on, a timed schedule, if you miss your dose, that's okay. As soon as you think of it, take it, and then start your timed doses after that. Don't double it though. Don't double it. Okay. So that's a big one, and I know people struggle with that. Double dosing. No, put that in the comments. No double dosing. Never again. All right. Here is number 5. This is with crushing those extended release pills. Now, this one's more common than people think. Someone struggles swallowing, so they crush a pill or they cut it in half. Makes sense, right? But if it's an extended release, an ER, you've just changed how that medication works entirely. Instead of a slow, steady release, you get it all at once. That's like pouring an entire day's fuel into the engine at once and expecting it to last all day. It just doesn't. And there's a big thing. Now you can do that with your non-extended release, your regular levodopa. You can crush it and cut it in half if you need to, if you have to. But just remember, the more you crush it and the more you cut it in half, the quicker your body's going to absorb it. Therefore, the quicker you're going to run out of it. Okay. Remember, levodopa doesn't hang around your body. It comes in, goes out. Okay, now it's time for Carmen's Care Partner Corner. And here is what my wife, Carmen, wrote for me to read to you today. One of the hardest things as a care partner is knowing when something is off, but not knowing why. If your loved one seems more stiff, more tired, or just not themselves, don't assume it's the disease getting worse right away. Start asking simple questions. Did anything change today? Did you take anything new? Did your timing shift? Did you forget your timing? Because sometimes it's not progression. It's a small change that can be corrected. And bringing that to the doctor with specific examples makes a huge difference. Awesome. Thank you, Carmen. Appreciate that. Going out there for all the care partners. Give Carmen a heart in the comments if you like Carmen's Care Partner Corner. And you know what? But a quick shout out to my solos. And this is where you're doing this on your own. This is where it gets even more important because there's no one there watching your patterns, right? So here's something simple that you can do. You start noticing your patterns. You have to start noticing them, right? I felt off after breakfast. I took something new. My timing was different. You don't need a perfect system, but you need to be aware of it. Because once you spot these systems, once you spot these patterns, once you spot these trends, then you can start to fix them. But you have to see them first. So what? Well, here's the truth. If your meds aren't working properly, everything else is going to get harder. Your movement, your mood, your energy, your confidence, all of it. And you might think this is just Parkinson's getting worse, but it might not be. It might be something very small, something fixable, something nobody ever told you about. And that's the frustrating part because we hear about awareness all the time. But what about this? What about the day-to-day stuff? What about it actually changes how you feel? That's what's important to us as we try to balance this life out. And that leads me right into the Bryce-ism for the episode because I thought it was very fitting. But here it is. With Parkinson's, it's not always the disease messing things up. Sometimes it's the helpful stuff we're doing that's quietly tripping us up. Well, there you go. And honestly, that's why I built the club. Not for awareness, right? But for help. It's free. There's no gimmicks. Just people sharing what works and what doesn't work and what they're learning along the way. So if you ever felt like, hey, I wish someone had told me this sooner, then come join us. And also, you can use the med trackers in there to help you spot those patterns, help you spot what you can't see. Well, there you go. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you to my loyal audience. I love you guys so much. And if this was the first time that you've ever seen me, my name is Bryce. This was Doing Life Today, and this is Living with Parkinson's podcast, The Good, the Bad, the Reality. And we're just getting started here. We are growing at a fast clip, but we're just getting started. And I invite you to subscribe and come along for the journey with us. Because here, you're just going to get the real stuff. All right, until next time, I want you to keep laughing. I want you to keep showing up. And I want you to keep doing life today. And I'll see you on the next episode.
Parkinson's may be part of your life, but it doesn't get to define it. Thanks for listening to Living with Parkinson's, the good, the bad, and the reality. If this episode moved you, helped you, or reminded you you're not alone, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Want to go deeper? The Inner Circle is waiting. Monthly Zoom calls, 24/7 community, and a direct line to Bryce. You'll find the link in the show notes. Until next time, keep showing up and keep doing life today.